Well, movie buffs are headed to CinemaCon, and James Gunn has sent a video message along with a full logo release. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about what DC Studios brought to their first big conference, check out the new logo, and another interesting bit of news. And I have to say, if you were a fan of that Dune Popcorn Bucket, well, I got some good news for you. Now, before we dive in though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC videos, and we want to be your place for all the superhero news, but we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you are in the know. Well, as many of you have been following, CinemaCon is happening as we speak, and there is a lot in the movie business going on. Now, we were totally expecting something from Superman director James Gunn during their panel last night, and many people had speculated we could actually get our first look at the new Man of Steel. Sadly, that didn't happen, and we're probably going to have to wait a little bit longer before we finally see David Cornsweet suited up as the Man of Tomorrow. Now, Gunn did manage to send a little bit of a video message for those in attendance. We haven't seen that, but then more interestingly, the filmmaker revealed that the movie's cast will be part of next year's what they're calling the Summer of Superman. Now, during the presentation, they actually dropped a look at the new logo, and it pretty much aligns with everything we've been hearing about the last couple of weeks. Let's go ahead and check it out. Yeah, that's definitely a red and gold version of that Kingdom Come logo we've been expecting all along, but it definitely has a little bit of more flair than expected. Now, I know many people have sort of a mixed reaction and they're not too sure how they feel about it. Honestly, I want to encourage everybody to wait to see it in action. I think that's when we'll truly know if it'll shine. The Superman logo is pretty classic and iconic, and Gunn has definitely made a few alterations here, but there might be a good story or even business reason for it. Now, recent pictures have given us some more clues on the color scheme for the character. If you check this picture out, you'll see one of the chairs from the production company, and if you notice very carefully, there's a very specific red, blue, and yellow associated with these pictures, along with a peek at one of the logo, and I think Rachel Branson's dog. And this should really give us an idea of how all of this might come together. I think the color scheme and the logo are super important for Superman. If you remember back when Superman Returns came out, those colors were really, well, kind of dark and muted, and it really didn't connect with fans. Additionally, the Henry Cavill version of the character was also not, well, very vibrant, and I think Gunn is purposely moving away from that to give this new version of Superman his own life. Now, this wasn't all that came out of CinemaCon, and this is just a little bit of news, but I think you'll find it pretty interesting. Now, probably the most wild novelty item from theaters in the past year has been the Dune Popcorn Bucket. Now, all jokes aside, this thing pretty much got fans talking, and we found out at CinemaCon that the company that developed that bucket, Zinc, is actually working on theater merchandise for the new film. Check it out. Now, you'll see there the Zinc logo right above the Superman Legacy logo, which they probably should have updated, and somebody holding one of those Dune popcorn buckets. Now, obviously, DC Studios and Warner Bros. Is planning on this film to be massive, and I would totally expect some really great in-theater merchandise to pop up. Sometimes these are hard to get. I actually didn't get my Dune popcorn bucket. If anybody has one, you can send it to me, but I do love the idea that they're really stretching out here and trying to bring fans a lot of cool things both in and out of the theater. Now, sadly, at CinemaCon, we didn't get any footage. It's still really early. Cornsweet and crew did not show up, and we didn't get that full costume reveal. But it is only April, and we still have a couple of months before Comic-Con, and if I'm making any guesses, I totally think DC is going to give us some huge surprises at this year's SDCC, if not at New York Comic-Con. And we're going to have a full plate of Superman over the next couple of months, no matter what we do. CinemaCon should finish up this weekend. We're going to keep a close eye and see if anything else pops up. I think DC Studios is pretty much done. They did announce a new Christopher Reeve Superman biopic film coming our way from DC Studios, which looks awesome. So it's pretty clear to me we have a lot of DC goodness coming our way, and Superman is going to lead the charge.